Hello and welcome to my channel, Exceedingly Good Reviews. This is my thoughts on video. My thoughts on WWE Monday Night Raw from November the 9th, 2020. Sorry about this being a bit of a late video, but you know, things do occur that prevent these things from happening as they should. So, anyway, this is my thoughts on video, as you may know already. I'll give a quick run through of what occurred on the show and then give my overall thoughts on it. So, here we go. First off, we open the night with the Miz and John Morrison. They open the show. It's a Miz TV segment. Their special guest is going to be the New Day, but it's not the New Day that comes out. It's Randy Orton. Seems a bit unhinged, a bit nervy, a bit on edge. Obviously, the Miz, he's got a Money in the Bank briefcase and whatnot. They've got a six-man tag match later on in the night. The Miz and Morrison teaming with Randy Orton to take on Drew McIntyre and the New Day. So, you know, Miz trying to say, hey, look, you know, I might not cash it in against you. The New Day are the tag team champions. Maybe I'll cash it in against them. We get a victory here. Maybe we're next in line for a tag title shot. And, you know, all this, blah, 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 giving it all that. The New Day do eventually come out. Orton strikes with an RKO onto Kofi Kingston. A little brawl ensues. And Drew McIntyre comes out to make the save. Only he ends up getting hit with an RKO. With help from Miz and Morrison, of course. So, cohesiveness there between Miz, Morrison and Randy Orton, which you wouldn't expect. But, you know, there is that hint of underlining, I don't really trust you. First match of the night. Get our first match of the night. It's Elias versus Jeff Hardy versus Matt Riddle, now only known as Riddle. Why they do that, I don't know, but he's now just known as Riddle. This is a Team Raw qualifying match, a last chance. All three of these individuals have been defeated by previous opponents to qualify, so this is their last chance, basically. Fun little opening match, fun little triple threat match. AJ Styles is watching on backstage with that monster of a guard that he's got. Riddle ends up hitting the Bro Derek on Elias and pins him to win. So Riddle is joining Team Raw for Survivor Series. Nice to see. Riddle joins AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Keith Lee and Sheamus. That's a formidable team there. AJ Styles is chatting with Adam Pearce backstage. He's made some kind of agreement with Adam Pearce. We don't know what it is at that point. AJ is happy that Riddle is joining Team Raw. It's the final piece of the puzzle. Sheamus ain't happy though. And yeah, so we'll see what occurs from that. Retribution promo, but I don't care because I'm not a big fan of Retribution anymore. I'm fed up with them. So yeah, that don't really care. Drew Gulak walks in on the Hurt Business. Drew Gulak ends up asking to join the Hurt Business. You know, he thinks you've got the United States champion, you've got the soon-to-be tag team champions, you've got UMVP, and I'm the 24/7 title champion. You know, I should be a member. They seem to not be happy that he's got a clip-on tie, even though he says that's practical for a man in his position, being the 24/7 champion, needing to escape quickly. You know. But they beat him down. R-Truth takes advantage of this and pins him to win the 24/7 championship. Yet again. R-Truth is your 24/7 champion. Jeez Louise, how many times is this now? Fed up. Give someone else a chance. Second match of the night. It's Lana taking on Shayna Baszler. Poor Lana. I feel so sorry for Lana. Ever since Rusev, now known as Miro, left and has gone to AEW, she's been getting buried, and it's such a shame. Such a beautiful woman. Yes, her wrestling talent isn't all that desirable, but, you know, she has improved, people. Come on, please, give her a break. Stop it. 7 times she's been put through the announcer's desk. 7 times. Let's not make it 8. So, yeah, we get a match between these two. Lana against Shayna Baszler. We see highlights of the previous 7 spots of going through the announcer's desk. Lana goes straight at Shayna Baszler. Poor move. Not very wise at all. We see Mandy Rose and Dana Brooks are watching on from commentary desk. They're doing a bit of commentary. Lana ends up tapping, though, to the Kimura clutch, Shayna's submission finisher. And yeah, that is it. Dana and Rose actually end up preventing Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler from putting Lana through the announcer's desk again. So, you know, they saved her there. But later on in the night, they say, well, hang on, we're not friends. We're not overly chuffed that you're on Team Raw. We're not impressed by you. So why did they stop it here? Well, they did. But hey-ho, you know, dissension in the women's Team Raw team. Team Raw meeting with AJ. Friction. There's friction there between all the members, as we know. None of them see AJ Styles as the team captain. None of them. It's announced that the agreement that he had with Adam Pearce that we saw earlier on is for Sheamus and Braun Strowman to team up to take on Keith Lee and Riddle. Riddle's second match within an hour. Poor Riddle. AJ Styles will be the special guest referee. This was a fun match. This was quite a fun, entertaining match. We see at one point Keith Lee and Braun Strowman squish, accidentally I assume, AJ Styles between them. Ouch. Lee ends up hitting a spirit bomb on Riddle, but onto Sheamus. Sheamus ends up kicking his partner Braun because of the dissension, the little friction that those two have got. But Riddle ends up rolling him up and wins the pin. Riddle and Lee win the match. Good for you, but that friction is clear for all to see within Team Raw. All 5 of these individuals, great individuals for a team, but they just don't seem to gel. We get Nikki Cross backstage, approaches Alexa Bliss. Cross apologises for leaving Bliss that time when the Fiend ended up appearing, and that's when the Fiend got his claws into Bliss. Nikki Cross saying it's all her fault. And it seems like Bliss has a choice to make. It's the Fiend or Nikki Cross, and she makes the choice of the Fiend. Your friendship is over, Nikki Cross. Out comes Bobby Lashley and MVP. They cut a promo, which is interrupted by Titus O'Neil, which results in a United States title match between Bobby Lashley and Titus O'Neil. So our 4th match of the night, Bobby Lashley defending the US title against Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil looked impressive for the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds. But in the end, it ends up being a very quick match, and he ends up tapping out to the Hurt Lock, and Bobby Lashley wins and retains. Unlucky Titus. Drew and Sheamus backstage. Sheamus seems really annoyed, and Drew McIntyre, using the power positivity, the New Day's gimmick, ends up seemingly cheering Sheamus up. But yeah, something's being teased, and something big is being teased between these two. We get our 5th match of the night. It's Asuka taking on Nia Jax. The Raw Women's Champion Asuka taking on one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions Nia Jax. We saw the other half, Shayna Baszler, in action earlier. Now it's Nia's turn. Rose, Brooke and Lana are all watching on from ringside. Shayna ends up attacking Asuka, so Asuka wins by disqualification. Nia Jax loses the match. Everyone starts to brawl. Nia puts Lana through the announce desk for the 8th time. Poor Lana. Nia tells Lana, "You just quit. Just quit." Does she mean quit Team Raw at Survivor, or does she mean quit the brand of Raw, or quit WWE altogether? Poor Lana. 6th match of the night, the 7-way match for the 24/7 championship. R-Truth taking on Tucker, taking on Drew Gulak, taking on Akira Tozawa, taking on Gran Metalik, taking on Lince Dorado, and then taking on Eric. 7-way match for the 24/7 title. This match is over quite quickly. Everyone attacks Truth. Tozawa ends up getting a quick pin to win the title. So now the match is over. The 24/7 ruling for the belt comes back into effect because the match is finished. Tozawa is the champion, and that belt switches hands. I think online it announced that it's 10 times that belt ended up switching hands. It ends up back in the hands of R-Truth. I think every individual wins it here. Tucker wins it. Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, Eric, Drew Gulak, obviously Akira Tozawa and whatnot. I'll win it. In the end, it's R-Truth who wins it back and runs off with it. So he's still the 24/7 champion yet again. We get our 7th match of the night. Mustafa Ali with Retribution taking on Ricochet. Now this was a really exciting, really good match. I'm not high on Retribution. I've not got any time for them. But Mustafa Ali is a great individual, a great wrestler, as too is Ricochet, and these two put on a great match, a really fun, entertaining match. Ali hits a backstabber from the top rope. Ouch, that looks like it hurt. It probably hurt Ali just as much, having all of Ricochet's weight come down on his knees. Ali locks in a Koji clutch, and Ricochet ends up passing out. Ali wins a really good match. Wow, where did that come from? More of the same, please. Maybe this will be how you can rebuild Retribution. But for now, Retribution, you're dead to me. I don't acknowledge you. But Ali, you're a great wrestler. Fun match. We see Adam Pearce. Backstage, he's telling Randy Orton that next week he'll be defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has got his rematch, and it will be taking place next week. The final Raw before Survivor Series. Could we see a title change? That would be interesting. It's news. This match is news to Randy Orton that he does not take well, threatening Adam Pearce. You go to management, you tell them that, it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. 8th and final match of the night, the main event. It's Randy Orton teaming with The Miz and John Morrison to take on Drew McIntyre and the Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Orton seems reluctant throughout the entirety of this match to get involved in the match. He does not want to be tagged in. He's leaving it all to The Miz and Morrison. He doesn't want to be left vulnerable by getting tagged in, by getting taken out, by getting laid out in the match, and then leaving an opportunity there for The Miz to cash in his briefcase. He looks very reluctant. Drew is destroying The Miz and Morrison at one point in the match. A Claymore kick to John Morrison, and he pins Morrison to win the match. Drew and Randy have a stare down to finish the show. And that was your episode of Raw. Overall, it was a good show. We got that final spot on Team Raw taken by Riddle. That's a formidable team. I like the friction that they've got going on amongst the individuals within that team. But it's a really exciting team. 5 great individuals there. So yes, can't wait to see what SmackDown do to tackle this, to counter attack this. The 24/7 title, yes, the 24/7 title is fun. And I found this 7-way match a very fun match, an enjoyable match. Well, not the match itself, but what occurred after the match with all the title changes. However, R-Truth winning the title another 2 times over the course of this show, please give someone else a chance. I would have moved R-Truth over to SmackDown, get him away from the 24/7 title picture, and give other individuals the chance to shine in this division. It's unfortunate to see Eric relegated to this position, but obviously without Ivar, the Viking Raiders aren't a tag team while he's out injured. So it's unfortunate to see Eric relegated to this. And Tucker, what were they doing with Tucker? What were the plans for Tucker moving over to Raw? I know he ended up betraying Otis. That's pretty much it. Now he's been relegated to the 24/7 title picture. I don't think, you're not going to have a very prosperous career, I don't think, by the looks of it. That's my opinion. Hopefully, I get proven wrong. But as it looks so far, it doesn't look like it's going to be very prosperous for Tucker or Eric right now. But it was a fun shenanigans, fun occurrence that happened after the match. Retribution, don't care. But Mustafa Ali, I do. I did like his match with Ricochet. That was a great match. Really fun, really enjoyable. And that was my belt of the night. Check it out. The women's segments, what's going on with Lana? I feel so sorry for Lana. I just want to see either A, she gets the victory, she's the one who gets the pinfall victory that wins the match for Team Raw at Survivor Series, or B, she ends up turning on her team members and costing them, making sure that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and whatnot get eliminated, and that Team Raw loses the match, and it's all because of her. She did it on purpose. They're the 2 kind of things that I want to see happen coming from this. Otherwise, all this putting Lana through a table and really squishing her and grinding her down, it just seems like a waste. But then again, that's what WWE do when they've got like a little bit of beef with you, when they're not happy with something that you or your partner or spouse, child, whatever, someone affiliated with you has done something wrong, you're the one that suffers sometimes. So, but yeah, overall, this was a very fun show. So it was a good episode of Raw, very enjoyable. And yeah, my belt of the night, it has to be the whole the Mustafa Ali Ricochet match. Shame we didn't get to see The Fiend on this show, but hey ho, there's still plenty of time. There's another Raw before Survivor Series, and then obviously what might occur at Survivor Series. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, good show. Those are my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, like this video, and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay classy.